Hello viewers, so it's time to catch up now on a little bit of the cars news recently. Obviously last week we had a bit of Silverstone action. This time we have the new Formula A cars, and you can see here going up Eau Rouge, this footage given to me by BS Nismo. He's been hammering it around. The trees, I'll point out, are placeholder trees as far as I'm aware at the moment. That'll all be redone at a much later date. Bear in mind what you're seeing is as ever very early in development. So up Eau Rouge, down the straight and into the slowest section. Handling on these cars is at a very early stage at the moment, so this is not how they're going to perform in the final game. No doubt there'll be lots of revision, getting it just right, but at the moment it's still very basic, very early. But either way, it's nice to see a Formula fast car in there, and I look forward to seeing how the development continues. They've still got to put the bent noses in on these ones to make them look just right, and it'd be interesting to see how people are able to paint their cars in the final game. No doubt Bernie will be keeping a close eye on it. So build 144 then, that's what we're up to now. It's certainly been busy for the developers, marching through the different builds. Key features for this build obviously are up to 64 AI cars on track. 64 cars. It's a mountain of cars to get through. I look forward to some endurance races with loads of cars. I should probably do a Formula 1 race with 64 cars and see how I get on. I'm told at the moment the AI is very tough indeed. Even when you're on the absolute limit, it's so tough trying to win. But then again, that's a good and a bad thing at the same time. It's good to have it hard, but it's also, you don't want it so hard that it's demoralizing in the process. So ultra high detail car models, we're going to look at some of those in the screenshots and the adjustable AI. There's loads of adjustment that you can do in the game now, and we're going to be looking at that on a later video, as well as, they say, new liveries, the multi-class racing, a more powerful leaderboard system with web access, so I look forward to checking that out in more detail, and improved versions of various tracks. Obviously they're always on the mend. As we look at a couple of screenshots that we've also been sent, a whole selection of these have come out, and just looking at the car just gives you a moment to pause and look at some of the details of the car models, the reflections, everything else, before we look at some of the other footage we've been sent here. And I appreciate everyone for giving me permission to show some of this. F1 cars, well, they're not F1 cars either, they're Formula A cars, and looking good. Nice sort of carbon fibre look to the interior. Feeling of speed is always fantastic in this game. And another video here as well. These videos were sent in by Rick XS and Ross Siggers. Thank you very much, guys, for letting me use this footage, much appreciated. And you can see a more traditional viewpoint again there. This is a tricky course to drive an F1 car around, no doubt. You've got to know the course well. Cars do have lots of grip. And you can see the incredible speed there as we look at some more of the screenshots. Looking fantastic even at this very, very early stage. You know, the mind boggles as to what this will look like in a year from now. I love that hill up Imola there, really nice. Car riding the curbs. It's a shame F1 doesn't visit the circuit anymore. I love the circuit. Had some great racing. Gumbert Apollo parked there nicely. Look at the tyres, the fat wheels, really looks nice in these pictures. You know, I can't help but constantly be amazed at the development of gaming on console and PC, and the incredible details that they're squeezing in there now. And look at this, I mean, it takes it to a whole new level when you see a car remodeled in that way. You know, it's educating people as well as to motor racing and where it came from. You know, a lot of people haven't seen cars like this. They don't know about the older eras and how dangerous those eras really were for the drivers. But you know, you see here them recreated in glorious detail. It's absolutely fantastic just to look at and see that, you know, the work that's going on, the tyres, everything else. It's going to be so much fun driving some of these cars around some of these circuits with their just all power and no downforce. Obviously this car has a rear wing, back when it was new technology. Aerodynamics were never really given a hell of a lot of thought before then as such, other than the car should be flowing. Really nice rear suspension we can see there, was the engine. So these screenshots show the ultra high detail that they're going to. And from that, there's a video been hovering around here of a Test Drive Ferrari. We don't have official developer notes. This video actually, turned out it was a version that was about 3 years old, so the video is a little bit out of date now. But you can expect the final game to look a fair bit better than this, and actually after this we've got some screenshots of the real thing. So this video that was going around isn't really representative of what you're going to be seeing. The final game will look a fair bit better. Either way though, this has that Need for Speed Shift look. Let's look at the actual game. So this is some of the screenshots now of the Test Drive Ferrari, and as you can see, a range of different models. Again, it's got that traditional Slightly Mad Studios look to it, which is a good thing. The graphics they produce have always been top notch, and they produce what I like is a nice gritty racing feel to them. You know, there's a texture to the road, to the cars, there's a feel, there's a body language to it, and that's nice. And if the handling's there, then it's all good. So a range of cars looking good, but that's been it for a quick video looking at project cars and some of the Slightly Mad Studio work, and we'll have, as ever, more coming very soon.